you can tell how involved in politics they both are. He's a former governor. He's a second-time lawmaker in the Senate. She's a how many-time lawmaker? A third-time lawmaker in the House of Representatives. So this is a very strong political family.
She said she served as a commissioner.
Really, I didn't know that. That was this new information to us. So this is a very strong political family, the Buka Abba Ibrahims, and now she. Well, if she's screened and confirmed, you know, she...
If there's anything, if this is anything to go by, she obviously will. I can't see anybody coming with a nay to this. But I think what that says is that we've concluded the second screening of the nominee for the day. And we have three people scheduled to be screened today, and
yes,
we'll now wait for development to be clear. But to be clear what is happening, we still have one more nominee who was to be the second person before Representative Khadija Ibrahim Mohammed became in. We're not sure what led to the change, but we'll discover that in a little while.
Distinguished colleagues, the Senate and the Committee of the Whole resumed consideration of the request of Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief of the Federation, for the confirmation of nominees for appointment as ministers of the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The following nominees answered questions from distinguished senators on a number of topical national issues and their CV. Barrister Adebayo Shitu and Khadija Abba Ibrahim. Further confirmation hearings on the other nominees deferred to next legislative day. Is this a true reflection of what transpired in the Committee of the Whole? Thank you. Leader of the Senate.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, having concluded today's proceedings on the order paper, I hereby move that this Senate do stand adjourned till Wednesday, 21st October at 10 a.m. prompt.
Mr. President, I rise to second the motion that having concluded today's proceedings, this Senate do adjourn till Wednesday, 21st October at 10 a.m. I so second.
Distinguished colleagues, before I put the question, just two quick announcements. Letter from Coordinator Senate for the Christian Legislators Fellowship International. National Prayer Breakfast. The Christian Legislature Fellowship International wish to remind all senators of our annual National Prayer Breakfast holding as follows. 22nd of October 2015, Thursday, 7 a.m. at this day dome. All senators are cordially invited. Another announcement, special request, announcement by Senator Boacha, based on the concern that the attendance might be low. I hereby request the Senate President to please repeat the earlier announcement that there will be a caucus of one of the parties, PDP, after plenary at hearing room 1. So please noted. I put questions. Those in favor that the Senate is hereby adjourned till Wednesday, 21st October 2015 at 10 a.m. say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The Senate is hereby adjourned till Wednesday, 21st October 2015 at 10 a.m.
Well, there you have it. The confirmation screening or confirmation hearing has now come to an end for today. The House or the Senate has just adjourned sitting plenary session till tomorrow. Linda, 3 people were slated. We only had 2.
Yes, 3 people were listed on the order paper for screening, and they are Barrister Adebayo Shitu, Claudius Omoleye Daramola and Khadija Abba Ibrahim. But after today, only 2 of these ministerial nominees were screened. They have not been confirmed at the moment. Immediately after the screening of the last nominee, Khadija Abba Ibrahim, the Senate President adjourned plenary until tomorrow. So they have not been confirmed as ministers as for now.
Yes, they've just gone through the screening, and they will now, the chamber will now still sit to take a voice vote on whether or not they will become ministers. But right now we can tell you that it's still not clear why the 3rd nominee that was listed for today hasn't been screened, but obviously it will appear he will have to join those for tomorrow, even though that's not a given guarantee, since we know that Rotimi Amechi was slated to have appeared on the first day and hasn't appeared till today.
Yes. Did not appear. The petition, the report from the Senate Committee on Ethics and Privileges, which the committee members had said would be laid on the floor of the Senate today, was not laid. Earlier on, we spoke with the chairman, Senate Committee on Media and Publicity, and he says the report would be laid tomorrow. But you remember, this is not the first time the chairman is telling us this. This has been a matter that has been postponed the next day, the next day, the next day. We've been hearing. So I think at this point, we're just going to, until we see the report, until it's eventually laid, before we say, okay, yes, this report is going to be laid. But as of now, the report hasn't been laid. That's the report on the petition of the ministerial nominee, Rotimi Amechi. But the chairman said tomorrow, so we just have to sit down and wait, watch and wait till tomorrow.
Tomorrow also happens to be the resumption of the case at the Code of Conduct Tribunal, where the Senate President is expected to appear to continue with that case. It's also going to be interesting to understand how we're going to combine those 2 events.
Yeah, and I don't know, Larry. For now, I don't know how it's going to play out, because I think he ought to be at the Code of Conduct Tribunal. So he has to be at the Code of Conduct Tribunal. So he would definitely not sit at plenary tomorrow. So it's also on the probability if the screening would even actually take place tomorrow. This is something we're going to have to investigate further, find out more information if the screening will continue tomorrow, or if the Senate President would delegate the Deputy Senate President to sit to chair the Senate tomorrow, since he might not be available tomorrow for plenary, for the screening to continue.
Well, but what we can say very, very clearly here is that the screening is over today. 2 nominees have been screened today. One very thoroughly, if you agree. The second was given some consideration.
Considerable consideration.
Yes, but we will be here tomorrow to bring you all the other developments, to bring you, as it unfolds, what will happen. Is it the Code of Conduct Tribunal? Is it the screening that will continue? All of that will bring it here. But for now, I'm Larry Lasisi, and
I'm Hindai Akibe.
And we will be here to bring you all the other developments as they unfold here on the confirmation hearing of ministerial nominees here in the Senate. But for now, it's back to you in the studios.
Just back from the National Assembly, the Senate, to be precise, for the Senate screening. That's the ministerial screening at the floor of the Senate, which has already ended for today. They shall be returning again same time tomorrow at a time when the screening will continue. That's just what we got there from our correspondent Larry Lasisi and of course Linda Akigbe. Well, still watching Channels Television live from Lagos. We will resume our normal programming. At the top of the hour, it will be time for News Track, so please stay with us.